What's up, good people? Hang out here for a few. Try to do a little more of these little lives here. So, what is going on? What is up, good people? I was gonna come in here a little bit earlier. Got stuck on another live, so I was gonna come for like a few minutes. Figured I'd pop in, get some reps in, as I'm getting some steps in. Hope you're all well. Popping in for a bit. Not sure who will pop in live, but on the replay. The cool thing here, at least, is they can watch it. So, video posted on the 100% ratings. A follow up from the previous video where I talked about the 5, 10, 20 rules for non-PNT. So that's one of those things. Yeah, getting steps in. So finished on TikTok a little bit, up on this side a little bit. So wrapping up for a few minutes. Nothing too long, but got those videos up. Feel free to comment, share those things. Depending on the questions, that'll dictate the next ones that I do. So that's the game plan on this side of the house. Good week. Got a class yesterday. Next week we're doing HRCMP. So that's one of the things there of note. But helping vets, answering questions, getting some steps in apparently. So as I start to shut her down. What is up, y'all? What is up? Loving the videos, great info. That's what's happening. That's what it's all about, my brother. I got a veteran reaching out about another veteran, screaming the sky is falling and sharing false information. Can't make it up. Fear mongering apparently does work, and people do gravitate towards negativity. So there's that part. But yeah. But hope y'all are well. Like I said, biggest thing here is just getting some reps in. So try to do some more lives on this side. Schedule some of them as well. So like these just pop in, random, see who's around, get that done. So that's the goal for these. But the sky is not falling, not today at least. That's the main thing. So good traction on some of the videos we have here and stuff that we share. So that's been pretty good and positive. But next week we are acing our CMPs, so that's the goal. What you got, Trip? What's going on, Ule? What is going on? Yeah, hanging out for a few minutes. We're gonna come in a little bit earlier. I got sidetracked climbing stairs and answering questions on TikTok, so pop it over on this side, answer some questions. Make sure you have that notification on because I'll schedule things, but sometimes I just pop up. So that's always a good way to get some random last minute, questions and stuff like that. I don't know what these little icons are. They've added so many things to these vertical lives now, so it's like a whole thing now. We can go vertical on the go. So these are actually pretty cool. But check out the last video if you haven't checked it. Some new stuff there. And then obviously, if you have the bell notification turned on, it'll inform you of videos that I post. So Thursdays is kind of the cadence that I'm in right now. The shorts, I'll post those radically. And then lives like this, I'll start to schedule some of these. Like these verticals, I'll just do them. It'll have time to multitask. So as I'm here getting some steps in, answering some questions. So, but yeah, how's everybody doing? If you served, I mean, the branch of service that you were in, always like to share some of that and, give a shout out to who we have in the mix. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop them for a little bit until we shut it down here in a little bit. So These are kind of open all, free for all, so feel free. But yes, this week we had navigating VA claims. Next week, ACE or TMP. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Them's the dates. All right, that's good for this one here. Let's see. We got Trip had a question, so we'll see what he comes back with. Yeah, I got I got a message, Brian, from that one veteran. I sent a screenshot. Excuse me, talking about I guess some things that the veteran shared. People was just fear mongering, but hey, be careful what you share. Be careful what you consume. That's what I would say. What's up, everybody? Just got done doing some steps. So claim. I didn't see the first comment. So be careful also what you type. Sometimes the stuff gets kind of stripped. So RC, I only see the one question. I see the second part of it. Claimed as a domino, remain denied because evidence submitted is not new and relevant. So I'm assuming that you got denied for that based off what I was able to see there. So what's the question? If they're saying there's no new relevant evidence, so there's a few ways to kind of do that. New medical records, maybe Nexus. How did you file it? Did you go direct to service? Did you go secondary? That matters when it comes to that too. So how did you file that claim? RC is what I would ask. And that also would be, helpful to know. So you're able to see kind of like what is it that, they said, whatnot. So got done here doing a little climbing action for my Army folks, a little climb to glory action. So we were 10th mountaining up today. What's up, everybody else? Feel free to pop in. Let me know the branch of service and years that you served. Always like to know those things. Diagnosed with IBS and filed it direct. Yeah, so we've been out for a while. It might have to potentially be secondary RC because you've been out of service for a period of time and you didn't complain about it in service, right? That is a weak argument versus, hey, I'm going to do it secondary. Caveat: if you, let's say, were in the Middle East deployed and there's a presumptive in place, and in turn it says, hey, you do have a presumptive for GI issues and you have that GI issue, then that's a different conversation, right? Outside of that, a secondary argument might be the way to go, but you followed it direct to service. The question becomes, did you complain in service? You have records of that complaint, and or do you have a presumptive for that there? 360, 360. What? Service record also show I received 5 laxative. But were you diagnosed RC? And again, you could have had the information there. It's just, again, sometimes the VA does get it wrong. So depending on what they said, it might be an appeal if you have records in service that showed that stuff there. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Jesse. I'm sorry about that. This ain't that kind of channel, Playboy. The most you see me is sweating here on a treadmill. But yeah, ain't gonna be no twirling. Let's see. Are you current former? No, no, I'm not. I'm retired from law enforcement. I'm an adjunct professor at my organization. I have 2 ex-VSOs and I have an ex-VSR in my team and an ex-legal professional as well. So my team is stacked with a bunch of folks with backgrounds. I come at this from the government side of the house. So have a good one. Sorry to disappoint, Jesse. Let's see. Right, let's see. You're connected for that. Got it. Yeah. Again, it might be worth an appeal. So, without unpacking all the details of what you have there, it could be, something worth appealing because you have the record for it in the service. I don't think you might need a Nexus letter if the evidence is there. But again, being given laxatives and all that, the question becomes, was an official diagnosis of IBS in service? And then again, looking at that. So a few ways that can go depending on all the evidence submitted. Let's see. Looked like your face was on fire and someone put it out with a shovel. Yeah. They say I have a face made for radio. So after being on a treadmill for a few here and sweating, I'm at the gym working it out. So it happens. It happens. Let's see. What's up, everybody else? What you guys up to? Dun 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 dun. Appreciate you there, Master Gabe. I filed for a high-level review for it. Okay, so depending on what comes back with that, then the next step would be a supplemental claim appeal, and then again, depending on what comes back from that, then I would reset potentially and look at, um, looking at potentially having a, more evidence to argue that there. So, um, yeah, keep you posted on how that goes. I'd be interested to know. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. When did you file the higher level review? Perfect. Yeah, keep me posted. Because again, depending on what comes back, I would suggest potentially having a conversation. If you go to veteransnetwork.club, links in the bio here too. Brian, who you see here in the chat, he's on my team as well. You can see his bio there as well and reach out, have a call, and just kind of get some perspective, I think. Because depending on all the details of how that was filed, it could just be an appeal. You could have everything in place and they got it wrong. So, it's the VA doing the VA thing. Yeah, but we'll see. A little hurry up and wait action there for sure. Let's see. Let's see. You may have already gone over this. Sleep apnea claim, a real thing, and up to 50%. Might as well document with the VA and the initiative sleep tests are supplying. Yeah, it is a real thing. But again, it's not so much. It's understanding there's a difference between. Um, there's a difference between healthcare and benefits. So in your case, the VA is saying, "Hey, I have." Um, there's the link for the website for sure. Check it out that Brian just posted. But if you look at healthcare, BHA, they can have sleep apnea. They'll give you a CPAP, but you're still required, to make the argument for service connection. So how are you arguing sleep apnea? Yes, it can be a claim, but just because the VA gave you a CPAP and recognized it and tested you, that doesn't mean they're going to rate you for it. That's just healthcare. So think healthcare as just that. Benefits in healthcare, disability benefits in healthcare are two different things. Think of like Social Security Administration and Medicare. Just because Medicare gives you a CPAP doesn't mean Social Security is cutting you a check. So here's the same thing, and that's a misnomer that gets a lot of veterans confused. So in your case, how are you arguing sleep apnea? Did you complain about it in service? If the answer is no, are you arguing it's secondary to something else? It's something that you're rated for, cause or aggravating the sleep apnea. That's a secondary argument, and that's a potential way that you can kind of go at that, Anthony. But yeah, that is sleep apnea. It is a real thing. If you are medically required to use a CPAP machine, that can rate up to 50%. But the question becomes then that service connection argument, right? So a lot of veterans, they'll get a CPAP, they think they're good to go, they file to get denied, and the VA says not service connected. You have a disability, but we're not paying for it. And it's like, how come you give me a CPAP? I'm like, no, we're taking care of you medically, but we're not compensating you because that's not due to service. This is just healthcare going on now. And that same rationale applies to everything. So three things that you need, Anthony and company, is a diagnosis, event, and stressor, right? An in-service event or stressor, something happened in service, or something is aggravated a condition, and a medical nexus. That's the third thing, connecting the current diagnosis. So I have sleep apnea, and in service, I complained about whatever. That's my connection. Or, for example, I have a back condition today, knee condition today. In service, I fell out of a tree, repelling or whatever case may be. That's my argument. And the medical connection connects those, present to past. Now, if I don't have anything in the service to argue, that's different. I have no comment on any of that stuff, so I love everybody. Let's see. But hopefully that makes sense for you, Anthony. Dun, 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 dun. All right. But yeah. Let me see. Trip didn't come back with his question, so you might miss him. We start getting ready to shut it down. Put a few minutes on TikTok. Want to pop on this side, do a few minutes as well. So videos that are up, check those out if you haven't checked those out. Oh, good for you, brother. Let's see. As far as the rating, the 100% rating video that's out, last week's video that's out as well. So check that out. This coming week, we're doing ACR CMP on Wednesday night. So that's something that's there for sure for folks to check out. Surf connected bilateral knee, 0 going on 8 years. Want to file an increase for painful range of motion. No recent medical records. So you think I have a shot at? So it becomes, the painful side of the house between 0 and 10. It's very subjective, right? That range of motion becomes a thing. But then arguably, are there other secondary things that you're dealing with that you can argue? You'd be surprised. Some people, they'll have, that range of motion problem, etc. But then the argument becomes, what has this caused? Am I dealing out with the chronic pain? Is that causing medication issues? Is the medication issue causing migraines or acid reflux, etc.? So there's many ways that this can kind of go for sure. So it's worth looking at, but look at the rating criteria. It'll tell you what you need for 10, and if you don't meet it, I wouldn't chance it. I would look at other potential arguments that you can make too. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting ready to shut it down here. If you have any alibis, feel free to get those in, good people. As we shut her down. Oops, let me get this over here. Got my stuff. Getting ready to roll here. Put my things away. Thanks for what you do. Appreciate you, RC. Yeah, again, check out those videos. Feel free to comment. A lot of the videos and topics that I do are based on questions. So if you have a good question or want some explanation on something, I'm always going to do these and answer these things. So put the notification and bell notifications on so you can see when I can go live. But go onto those videos and ask a question. You know what I mean? Because I'll use that as kind of like my checklist of content to do. So you may have a good question, and that may be a video to make for other people, right? To be able to kind of also share the wealth, right? So I'll never not answer a question, right? But I would say for sure, if anything that comes to mind, feel free to pop on one of the videos. I respond to everything myself. Outside of just if it's trolls or things like that. So I monitor all the stuff. I answer everything. But if it's like, I got one video up there of me with a shirt, like a meme on a short, and that's like 300,000 views with, 1,000 plus comments of just nonsense, I don't really pay that mind. But you're very welcome. But yeah, this coming Wednesday, we're doing HUCMP. That's the class coming up for this coming week here. So definitely looking forward to that. We had a great class yesterday. So it's CMP time this coming week. So hopefully wherever you guys are at, it's not as cold as it is on the East Coast. This side of the house, man, we got freaking wind advisories and snow stuff kind of popping up. So that's crazy. Let's see. I think we missed them. 20. Oh man, look, what is it over here, man? It's 21 right now. Luckily, we didn't get too much snow down by this side, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. 11 and yeah, it's cold front, man. It's everywhere. I heard Texas had some snow, so go figure that. Go figure that. Um, let's see. I'll walk on here, but I think we missed Trip, man. So yeah, share the videos. Feel free to let a veteran know how we do it on this side of the house. I always like to share the wealth, educate the peoples. So that's always a good thing in my book. But it's cold. It's not snowing though, so I'm happy. No snow. No snow on this side. At least this go around. But let's see. Bum bum bum. But I think we are good. Appreciate y'all hanging out for a little 20 minutes of hanging out on YouTube. So that's a win. I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, but we'll be back again. Hit the notification bell button for sure. and then so you can get notified of videos as they come out and lives and things like this that we do. Check out the stuff that was posted. Share with another veteran if you find something helpful. That's the biggest thing I would say. I like doing lives here. Now that I was saying it earlier, and it kind of dawned on me. I like doing lives here only because if you miss it, you can always go back and watch it. I like that. Whereas other platforms, sometimes that's not the way. On TikTok, you either have to catch it or you miss it. At least here you can kind of go back, skim, pick up some things here and there. So that's always helpful for the content side. But that's all I got. We skipped and tipped and come back, skipped and come back rather. So we'll catch them on another day. Appreciate you, Brian, and everybody else. Have a great night, and we'll catch you on the next one. This is cool, actually. Now I think about it. So they've added a whole bunch of stuff here. So now, let me see here. Actually, let me do a test. Are you rated? Answers will appear in chat message. So now they apparently have like a little chat feature here. So that's actually pretty dope. Can y'all see that? Are you rated? What's going on, Doug? Yeah, let me know if you see that. 'Cause I just saw they're adding a lot of things to this, whatchamacallit, to these vertical lives and stuff. So yeah, let me know if you see that question there. Are you rated? That's the question. Not seeing anything yet. Okay. So it's showing that it popped up. It might take a second. Um, but there's like a little thing. It says the answers will be in chat. So excuse me, I don't know if it maybe takes a minute to do that because if I move it, it says drag here to end the Q&A. So there's like a little Q&A box above me, like right here on my side at least. I don't know if it takes a second to show up on your side, but it has that. So it just had like a new feature for that. I'm on an iPad, so maybe it's different. Oh, okay, yeah, that might be it. Anybody else? Do you guys see the little "Are you rated" question? Answer that. See if it pops up. That's actually pretty dope. I like that little question action there. Um, I wonder why they degrade some things on iPad. Like you'd figure that you'd be able to actually see all the features, right? But right here, there's like a little box right there, and it says, "Are," I just typed in there, "Are you rated?" So that's the question on that side of the house that's asked there, and then I have a poll thing too. So I'm gonna leave this for a second and see if anybody answers it. I don't see where the answers would go, but it says it shows up in the chat. So we'll see. But that's kind of cool. Let's see what else is here. You can start a poll too. Ask your community. Let's see. So I'm gonna shut that question down. So that should be gone. And then I'm gonna do a poll. And I'll say here, let's see. So we'll say, I see, will let me, if the poll pops up on your side. So it'll only let me do 4. So let's see if that pops up. What is your branch of service? See if that pops up on your side there. If you guys see that. All right, so one person answered Army, so that came across. We got 1 vote. It's actually pretty nice. So I don't know, can you guys see the answers as you're answering them? Because that's actually pretty genius. Yeah, I see it on iPad. Okay, yeah, so that works there. So the that is working there. And then let's see. What if we could do both? Answers will appear here. Start Q&A. Okay, so maybe I have to start it, I guess. I don't know. So the poll is up. and the um, question is up. So let's see. All right, so you don't see the answers, but you can vote. Okay. So I wonder if after I end the poll, if I can share the poll. But I do see the answers. So once you answer them, that pops up there. Okay, so I see you answered Army, so you see the question that popped up. So that's actually pretty nice. And again, you see it right there. So that makes sense. A little question there. So let me end the poll and see if it gives an ability to show that. All right, so now the poll should pop up. On my iPhone, I do see the poll answers. Okay, so I just ended the poll. So it just shows now the poll answers. So, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, little things, little things. So, little test action. So we'll end that Q&A there. But that's actually pretty nice. So the next time we'll start those in the beginning. Sweet, learn something new every day. Um, but all right, good people, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. But I appreciate y'all. Turn on those bell notifications, and I'll catch you on the next live.